My name is Colin. I live in Bath in the southwest of England, and this is my channel, the Yay, Nay or Meh channel. And this video is a first time reaction video to the romantic comedy available on Amazon Prime, The Idea of You. And I have to admit something here. I'm basically being a bit of a whore for this one. This movie really wasn't on my radar. I didn't really plan to watch it. It's not particularly my taste in films. But I saw other people, other reactors that I respect were doing this film. So I thought, okay, maybe this is something to get involved in. Maybe I can, fingers crossed, get caught up in the bow wave of other people watching video after video after video, which I know I do. So, yeah, maybe I can attract more people to this channel. But, yeah, it just didn't appeal to me too much. It's a romantic comedy based on a best-selling novel by first-time author Robinne Lee, who has spent most of her career as an actress, and a reasonably successful actress as well. Back in the day, she was in an episode of Buffy the Vampire Slayer, and more recently, she's been in a couple of the 50 Shades movies.
I'm just looking for a certain bird I met here the other night.
Is it me?
Sorry, love, don't think so.
Not even if I ask nice? Or are you the type that has to be convinced?
Friendly warning, Pat. The type best left alone.
Huh. I get it. You'd rather I slip into something more comfortable.
Is that Mount St. Helens?
I changed the flight plan. Get us home sooner.
Great. You realize that's a volcano, right?
Relax, Ross. If it goes up, you'll have a ringside seat.
Lucky me.
And that second one is interesting because notoriously the 50 Shades franchise, 50 Shades of Grey, was originally Twilight fanfiction. It's well established and well known that's true. And that's essentially what Robinne Lee did with her debut novel. Because this is a story about a young, hot English musician who was once a member of a very, very successful boy band who starts a relationship with a significantly older woman. So the one-line synopsis of this story, of this novel, is it's Harry Styles fanfiction. This is clearly inspired by, the relationship between Harry Styles and the actress-director Olivia Wilde, which was somewhat notorious and caused a hell of a lot of controversy and scandal behind the scenes with the movie Don't Worry Darling. As far as I can tell, I don't give a shit about gossip, but a quick look online, apparently they seem to be on a break at the moment, but Olivia Wilde and the much younger Harry Styles were in a relationship for a long time, and this story is Harry Styles fanfiction, so why would I want to do a reaction to it? Except that there are other people doing it, as I said, and there are people involved in this project which I actually really like and respect. The Harry Styles type in the movie is being played by Nicholas Galitzine, who is rapidly becoming one of my favourite young actors, and he's in 2 films that I saw last year and really liked, and I consistently get lots of views on my channel. Nicholas Galitzine was in both Red, White and Royal Blue and Bottoms.
The official family name is Hanover Stewart. My father's surname was Fox, so my full name is Henry George Edward James Hanover Stewart Fox.
And I thought Alexander Gabriel Claremont Diaz was a mouthful.
He is.
Are you cheating on me again?
Baby, no! No! No, why would I do that? Was one time with your sister. There's 4 times. No, I would never cheat on you again, okay? I promise you, I am not sleeping with her.
I literally saw you yesterday.
Shut up, nerd! I fucked your mom!
So yes, maybe people who originally came here for the red, white, and royal blue and bottoms reactions might actually stick around for this one as well. I know, is there people desperate to see things with Nicholas Galitzine in it? Who knows? But in case there is, let's do this. And the female lead of this film is also somebody I really like and respect, and that's Anne Hathaway. And Anne Hathaway probably needs no introduction. I mean, she's, you know, the world's sweetheart, starting out doing the Princess Diaries and being, you know, very cute and adorable and all that in those movies, and eventually working her way all the way to an Oscar. And yes, to some degree that was an Oscar for singing the big song in Les Miserables, but she still won an Oscar and is a respected actress. And like I said, she probably needs no introduction. So I'm going to take this opportunity to promote Anne Hathaway movies that you might not be aware of and might not have seen.
Is it there?
The giant monster? Yeah.
Holy shit! Gloria, you gotta see this.
What is he doing?
It's dancing.
Is dancing like...
Holy shit.
It stopped.
Hi, assholes! Mwah! I'm blowing you kisses.
Oh.
This can be just business. You need money. Me and Patrick need a way out. My husband is joining me here the day after tomorrow. I told him that I would charter a boat for fishing tuna. I want you to take him out on your boat. Let him get drunk. Then drop him in the ocean for the sharks. In return, I will give you $10 million cash.
You know, I'm an orphan too. My uncle raised me out west, where the sun shines. I don't understand how you all do it here, winter after winter. It's positively creepy. I don't know, I'm in a sort of strange love affair with New England. I love it, but I also hate it.
So Colossal is on one level a very, very high concept, arguably very silly film about a party girl who, when she goes through a particular playground, a giant kaiju starts destroying Seoul, mirroring her movements. I mean, a bizarre premise. But it's actually a really, really good film about battling addiction, and also it's a great film about toxic masculinity. So I strongly recommend Colossal. Serenity is not the film version of Firefly. This is the 2019 film named Serenity, starring Anne Hathaway and Matthew McConaughey. And it's a little bit unusual recommending Serenity because it's a really, really bad film. But it's one of those films that's so jaw-droppingly bad. It's like, wait a minute, that's the twist of this film? Who thought that was a good idea? Who thought this was a film that needed to get made? The politics and the relationships in Serenity are so bizarre, and the twist is so bizarre. It just has to be seen to be believed. So, yes, it's a bad film. It's really a bad film, but I still recommend you watch it because it's so jaw-droppingly bad that it needs to be experienced. And coming up more recently, I was really, really impressed with the film Eileen at the end of last year. A psychological thriller set in a prison in the 1960s with two female staff members who have a relationship with each other, or do they? And yeah, there's some really, really fascinating stuff in there. And both Anne Hathaway and Thomasin McKenzie, I thought, deserved serious Oscar consideration for Eileen. I really, really liked it. So, in case you haven't heard of it, there's some Anne Hathaway movies for you to check out, because you probably know who Anne Hathaway is. So it does have two actors at the centre of it who I do really, really like, in both Anne Hathaway and Nicholas Galitzine. But what did kind of pique my interest about this film is the director of this film, who is actually somebody I really, really like.
Don't give up on the brink of a miracle.
Michael Showalter first came to prominence in the United States as member of the sketch comedy troupe The State, who briefly had their own show on MTV and then went on to create the cult American comedy movie Wet Hot American Summer, of which Michael Showalter is one of the credited screenwriters. Now, Wet Hot American Summer seems to be a hit, or at least a cult hit in the United States, but it's got almost zero cultural impact here in the UK. I'm not even sure it officially got released here in the UK until later. But that's where many Americans first knew Michael Showalter. But for a worldwide audience, particularly a worldwide cinema-going audience, I don't think the name Michael Showalter had any cachet until The Big Sick in 2017, where he was the director. But I have to be one of those guys at this point, because I knew him before he was famous. Or at least when I saw that the director of The Big Sick was this guy, Michael Showalter, it was like, oh, I recognise that name. He's the guy who directed these two previous films. Firstly, he directed The Baxter, which he also wrote and starred in alongside a young Michelle Williams, about a man whose fate is to be the other guy in other people's romantic comedies. He's the boring, safe, ordinary guy who needs to be broken up with in order for the heroine to get with the person she really loves. Like Bill Pullman in Sleepless in Seattle is the classic example. And this has happened to this guy, Michael Showalter, over and over again, and he thinks it's going to happen again. And yes, he's resigned to this.
So, Miss Mills, how have you been? It's been at least a year.
Good. I've been good.
Good.
Finally figured out how the subways work. I can go uptown, downtown, crosstown.
Oh, that's great.
Plus, I got my own apartment in Washington Heights.
Oh.
Sometimes I miss this guy, but I love the crazy people. How about you?
Me?
How have you been?
I'm good. Very good. Nothing much to report. My fiancé is leaving me for another man.
So 10 years after The Baxter, Michael Showalter's next directorial effort was Hello, My Name is Doris, in which an Oscar-worthy Sally Field starts pursuing one of her co-workers who is literally half her age. I mean, Sally Field was literally double the age of Max Greenfield in Hello, My Name is Doris, but Sally Field's performance was fantastic in the film, and I think the film itself was also very, very good. And Hello, My Name is Doris is also a film I recommend.
Okay. Let me take a look. If I could just get started.
Yeah.
Do you want to get off the ball while I do this?
Do I have to? I have bad knees.
Oh, Oh, okay.
Okay.
All right. There we go.
How you liking the new job?
And then a worldwide cinema audience caught up when The Big Sick was released, telling the real-life story of Kamal Nanjiani and his wife, and the fact that there was complications and she ended up in a coma for a long time due to medical issues and cultural issues. And yeah, it's a really, really good film. It deservedly got an Oscar nomination for Best Original Screenplay, and it was directed by Michael Showalter.
The year is 1969. MGM has had a string of failures, so it turns to its most bankable star, Vincent Price.
Is this your compatibility test? Like the way some people are with Vonnegut or Big Lebowski?
No! Just watch the movie and take it seriously, okay? It's very serious.
I love it when men test me on my taste.
I just want to share this movie with you, so I don't know why you're reading into...
How many women have you showed this movie to?
0.
How many women have you showed a B horror movie to on like a third date?
And the follow-up to The Big Sick also starred Kamal Nanjiani and wasn't as successful. I mean, yes, it was a little bit hamstrung by the fact it was supposed to come out in April 2020. So that didn't happen and it ended up on Netflix. But even so, I don't think The Lovebirds is all that good. I mean, I think it's okay. It's not great.
Give me the envelope.
What?
You guys think you're the only ones who can dig up a little dirt? I know who your boss is.
We don't have a boss. We don't work together.
You don't know what pictures you're talking about. I'm a documentary filmmaker. She works at an ad agency. You remember that commercial with the guy's a nerd and then he uses his body wash and all the girls like want to fuck him? That was her idea.
That was my idea. It was based on a true story. This guy was really nerdy in my college and he would smell good and I was like, I like him now.
But then he actually directed Jessica Chastain to an Oscar. And again, I think a deserved Oscar in the flamboyant biopic, The Eyes of Tammy Faye.
Hey, Mom, did you see the show? Wasn't that fun?
I'm not sure what's so Christian about decorating a cupcake.
You're so funny.
Have you seen this? From The Observer. Picture of you and Jim on the front. PTL's baker diverts ministry funds for new building project. What's that about?
Well, you can't believe everything that you read in the newspapers, Mom. How's Fred doing? Is he settling in okay?
Smoke and fire isn't just the provenance of hell, girl.
You know, when I saw that clipping with my face on it, I thought for a second that you were proud of me.
And I have to admit, I have not seen Michael Showalter's last film before The Idea of You. It's a film called Spoiler Alert, which didn't get a cinematic release here in the UK. It only got a streaming release, a VOD release, and I haven't got around to it yet. I mean, I will at some point, but yes, Spoiler Alert is based on a memoir of a magazine writer whose husband gets a terminal cancer diagnosis. So it's one of those, true life weepy kind of stories. And apparently Jim Parsons, who was acquainted with this writer, was so moved by the memoir, he bought up the film rights and produced and starred in the film himself. So yeah, Jim Parsons made this film happen and Michael Showalter was the director.
We promised a bed.
All the beds are occupied today.
I don't care where you have to go and find one. I don't care if you have to drive to IKEA and buy one. I don't care if you have to go to Jennifer Convertibles. Give my husband a bed!
Okay, sir. Okay. We'll find your husband a bed.
Thank you. Well, that was Oscar-worthy. You worked for Shirley MacLaine.
So yes, Michael Showalter is, depending on your perspective, either the director of The Big Sick or the writer of Wet Hot American Summer, or both. I mean, he is the kind of figure that if his name is attached to a project, generally, I'm really, really excited about it. There's one exception. He wrote a film called They Came Together, which I absolutely loathed. But everybody has an off day. But when he directs, they're either, okay to excellent. And I hope that Michael Showalter will sprinkle his magic, sprinkle his absurdity, or if he has the opportunity to, maybe sprinkle his absurdity onto this fanfic rom-com. So, yeah, I mean, it's Michael Showalter's name added to Nicholas Galitzine and Anne Hathaway that made me say, okay, it's worth giving this a try. I mean, I like all of those people, even if it is Harry Styles fanfic. Let's give it a go. So, yeah, the time has now come to react to the film, The Idea of You.
I was terrified for days. Thought I was gonna break. Oh, I couldn't stop it. Tried to slow it all down. Crying in the bathroom, had to figure it out. With everyone around me saying you must be.
Annie Marlowe. Okay. It's interesting that it was only Anne Hathaway who was ahead of the title.
Oh yeah, they're cute. That sounds fun, Is. You get to meet August Moon? Not really into them anymore. Now it's more about, like, aggressively talented female singer-songwriters. Which I think is great. Right. Of course. Oh, they're here.
She looks far too old to be Anne Hathaway's daughter.
What if I could just be the sort of person that goes camping by herself? What if all I need is and my artists and my gallery and my friends?
Okay, well, is that what you want?
Maybe that's all I want.
But is it?
I'm going camping to find out, right?
Speaking of things you want...
Yeah, this is not going to end well. I mean, you need a little bit more
Stop it. You're having a party.
plan to go camping for the first time. She doesn't seem the type to go off into the wild.
Oh my God, August Moon!
Reading your timeline.
So
great! That someone said something about you, but haters gonna hate.
Haters can hate it.
Just let that shit fly.
I wonder who wrote the music, because it's got it's going to be worth having a look.
So why you gonna act like it's true?
Yeah, she absolutely does not seem the type to go camping, particularly going camping
I'm
alone.
well, thank you.
You look really. I like your dress.
Thank you.
Hello.
Hey, so I'm gonna have my
Trying not to be awkward with the new wife.
Just gonna make a 4. Live a little. Okay. Have so much fun and be good, stupid, not stupid, stupid. Okay.
I love you.
That's actually really good advice. Be good, stupid, not stupid, stupid. How much teenage rebellion could be solved if more parents just accepted that? You are going to be stupid, but don't be stupid, stupid.
So I gotta get going.
Real quick, I just wanted to, invite you over sometime. Come, let us meet you
Yeah, I
there.
don't think you're there
Amy's a great
yet.
cook.
That's
There's
Or pickleball.
still
You know?
seems to be
Come play
quite a
pickleball.
bit
You've
of
heard of
unresolved
pickleball, right?
tension here.
It's so much fun.
You know-
You don't even have to be athletic. You pick it up and Ava's really good. She could teach you.
Yeah, don't try and get your new partner involved with your ex-wife.
My whole merger thing just blew up. Saul, can you please take me to Coachella? Everything's paid for, all the hotels, the meals, it's all set.
Are you kidding me?
Look, they're booking tickets to Houston. It's happening right now.
Let Ava take them.
Ava's coming with me.
Of course she is.
Come on, we really gotta go. We gotta go.
Please.
Oh yeah, this guy is sort of absolute douchebag. I mean,
Yeah, you do.
very last minute.
Have fun, guys.
Really fast. Look after one another.
Yes, we're good.
Okay.
Come on.
Bye.
Love you.
Don't be stupid.
I really like that. Don't be stupid, stupid.
This your first time?
Sorry?
Getting mooned.
What?
Once a moonhead, always a moonhead.
I'm here with my daughter. And
So which one is your favorite?
She's
Oh, sorry.
creepy.
Which one is your daughter's favorite?
No,
Mine's Adrian. I mean, just look at him. He's such a hottie.
Actually, do you know where the bathroom is?
Yeah. Right out there.
Yeah, there reaches a certain age where it's just not okay to be that into boy bands anymore. Oh, is she going to walk into somebody's dressing room?
Just a second.
Okay.
Oh, and she's not going to even know who Nicholas Galatine.
Hi.
Hi. Do you mind?
Oh, you want to use the bathroom?
Yeah.
So now Nicholas Galatine is completely confused. But being in a boy band, he's probably had some really, really weird shit happen to him.
Hi again.
Are you a part of that ASMR community that gets off on listening to people pee?
No.
I don't think you
Really?
should go around
Is that a
assuming-
thing? Am I that out of the loop?
What?
Okay, ASMR is weird, but listening to people pee? Really? Honestly, I've never really got the screaming thing. I mean, I think it started with the Beatles, and I mean, eventually the Beatles just had to stop touring because nobody could hear them because everyone was screaming.
And still don't know your name.
I'm Solène.
Oh, is that French?
Just French grandparents.
Solène, the big sister, I'm guessing?
Solène the
Yeah, I mean, I would make that assumption as well.
My mom.
Okay.
Hey, now, so...
It's just a fact. She's black.
She is.
You know, she actually owns a contemporary art gallery in Silver Lake. You guys should come visit sometime.
I love
Silver Lake, okay. That I don't know a lot about LA, but I know that Silver Lake is kind of like Shoreditch in London. You know, sort of like the hipsters, and the formerly poor places that got gentrified to the moon. Okay, well, somebody ripped off Message in a Bottle by the Police.
Message in a bottle,
Yeah, this is definitely the Police. And Solène can't help herself. I mean, it's not a bad song, but it is clearly inspired by Message in a Bottle by the Police.
I'm sorry about that, guys. Slight change of plan. I met someone tonight. I feel a little inspired. I'm not planning on doing this, but this one's called Closer.
You don't want to say goodbye.
Oh, so this whole thing, basically, Nicholas Galatine is serenading Anne Hathaway. And I know you're a little bit older, but basically, it's that idea of love at first sight, or at least instant attraction. Just sort of bumping into each other, and hey, I'm gonna change the set list at Coachella, or at least the set order. But
To get closer to you, yeah.
and she's following it, and let's face it, who wouldn't? And quite honestly, who wouldn't? Instantly fall in love with Anne Hathaway if you bump into her coming out of the toilet.
You're not even a person until you hit 30. I mean, just think about it, right? And then you spend the next 10 years after that trying to figure out the type of person you want to be.
That is profound.
That is drunk.
Can't it be both?
To life experience.
Yeah, let's.
Are we in vino veritas?
Hi, Todd.
Hi. Listen, I just want to
Okay, so he's
I
this
really
movie's Baxter.
you know, you built a community around
Yeah,
art
the
and
ordinary,
inclusiveness. It's just, that's so
nice
cool.
guy
It's
who
very
just
sweet.
isn't
you.
in
So I teach high
the
school
heroine
science.
just isn't in love with.
What year are your students?
Oh no, there's a series of
I thought I was gonna be a
Baxters.
senior.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Do you have any children?
I do. It's my son, Russell.
Not what she meant.
Charlie.
Uh-huh.
Copernicus.
Oh, he's got multiple. Okay.
Rupert.
How long ago did you guys split up?
Split is such a specific word. It's her.
Hi, honey. Yeah, I'll be home soon.
So yeah, not a Baxter, just all the pathetic people who pale in comparison to the hunky young singer from Britain.
There she is now.
Hey.
Hi.
I don't know if you remember me, but we met in Coachella.
Yes, I remember you.
So you know each other. Great.
And
can I get
there's
anyone
photographers
anything?
across
Water,
the street.
coffee?
Thank you. We're all right, Jeremy.
And how many galleries did he go into in Silver Lake? Because as I understand it, there's probably going to be a few.
This is a surprise. So these pieces were thrown by a fantastic potter we work with called Susan Habel.
So it just bad pottery is art?
That's what they call
What the
it.
fuck's
They
that?
work on the wheel. It's called throwing.
Right.
Right.
Who is he?
They also reflect her desire for the performative aspect.
Being in my 30s, obviously.
The silhouette of these pieces echo Susan's fascination with. This client would like to buy all these pieces.
Okay.
Hi, Claire.
Hey. Thank you.
Was she a fan
I'll
of
get that
August
out of the way.
Moon?
That's Claire.
Seems nice.
She's very nice. She's very hardworking, competent, single.
So where are these ones over here? These. I think I'll take all of it.
This is real art. These are real artists. They take their work very seriously, as do I. They made it with a great deal of care, and you're coming in here like, I don't know, like you're buying apples or something.
Honestly, I've been looking for work like this for so long, and I genuinely connect with it. And so I would really like to buy it if it's okay with you.
And the fact that Hayes, whatever his name is, has bought these artists means that the artists will get a bump and their art will probably sell better.
I like these.
Ah, Latrice Miller. Fantastic.
Okay, that I actually do like. That's interesting. Oh, cyanotype.
Is this a painting?
Yes, it is. Now, what she's showing is that she's not some untouchable genius in a rarefied space. This is her life as an artist.
So kind of similar to
I find
Tracy
its
Emin's
honesty
Bed.
incredibly moving. This piece is from my friend
Still don't think
Sarah.
it works as art,
She's
but
sending
you
all of
know.
these to a
Well, I
gallery
don't
show
think
in New
Emin's
York,
Bed
but
worked as art
she
either.
never sends this one.
I feel like I don't meet people like you very often. And most people think they already know me. Hayes Campbell. It's not me. I don't know. You didn't seem to care. And for what it's worth, I think we met in a very interesting way. I think you're smart, and you know, you're also you're hot or whatever.
Well, yeah. Let's be honest here. Anne Hathaway is hot, no matter how old she is. Is she 40?
Tomorrow?
Yes. Thank you.
This is kind of like Alienation with the sour milk.
Take a hike, will you? Jesus Christ. God, that stink. Why's it gotta be sour milk they get wasted on? Why can't it be like Jack Daniels or Thunderbird, for Christ's sakes? What's wrong with that?
Your daughter, you
Close?
Yeah, we are.
But at what point is the daughter going to come home and ring,
She's my
oh
daughter,
shit,
and I
Hayes
am her
Campbell is
mother,
in my
so
house?
we do drive each other up a wall sometimes, but yeah.
Mum remarried to,
Darren from Scunthorpe. Good show, Hayes. Very, like...
You're not a fan?
I mean, he's nice enough, he's just a twat. And he's from Scunthorpe, which is a bit of a shithole. So,
True. And that's the wrong accent for Scunthorpe as well, but...
What about your dad?
Dad's wanted a lot more of a relationship in the last few years, which is really funny timing given that he wasn't really there for the first 16 years of my life. Now he wants to be best mates.
Yeah, I mean, how many times, I mean, your child gets famous and absentee parent suddenly comes out of the woodwork. Tale as old as time.
So you didn't get a fairy tale, grow up. And then one night, about 3 years ago, we were out at dinner with his work friends, and I was repeating some stupid gossip about someone we all knew who cheated on someone else. And the whole table went silent.
Oh, that's not a good sign.
The thing that I'm the most angry about is I was so nice about it. I offered to forget it. I
Oh,
said
don't do
for
that.
us, for our family, for the good of our family. I mean, people make mistakes. I'll
Staying together for the kids is never a good idea. Just kick him to the curb.
If this is what he wants and it's what she wants, then why is there so much pain? So here's your holiday.
He didn't want to move past it. He was in love.
Yeah, but he did come across as a douchebag, and this only confirms it. So despite being in a boy band, he actually has musical talent. I know there was a scene of him playing the piano in Red, White and Royal Blue, but we never saw his hand. So I wonder if he can actually play. Looks like it. Or he did some lessons for this role. Okay, so I know we've just had a phone call from Izzy. So are we absolutely sure she's not going to come into the house right now? Because, I mean, oh shit, Hayes Campbell is in my house is one thing. Oh shit, Hayes Campbell is fucking my mother is a completely different thing.
I really.
I know. Okay, try your bug spray.
Yes.
Antihistamines?
Yes, Mom. Have everything. Okay. Okay. We'll talk on Sundays.
Sundays.
Okay. Bye. I love you.
Bye.
And you have a good summer.
I will.
Love you. Bye.
Yeah, we really don't have summer camps like this here in the UK. Which is probably why Wet Hot American Summer never had any impact over here. You managed to get her number. I don't think she ever gave it to. Oh, from the invoice. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, this is definitely sort of like a music video that they had to, throw together during the course of filming, a longer film. Okay, let's get athletic. I mean, this is a lot more than your typical Hollywood movies, or at least the Hollywood movies that I watch, because I don't generally do this kind of bonkbuster movie. But they're not skimping.
In a dance, all days, we will go on craze. When
Okay, this really is not the most obvious song for a cute lip syncing scene, which is probably the point. But
dance all day long.
and again with the athletic.
Take your baby. I think that's my greatest fear in life. That I'm a joke.
You're not a joke.
Well, not necessarily a joke, but it's still crammed into this very, very narrow, very, very specific bubblegum artificial pop milieu. And of course, she's now his muse.
I'm leaving this afternoon to go on the European leg of my tour.
Don't worry. I'll be out of your hair before you know it.
And I was really hoping you'd come with me.
That's a big request.
When was the last time you took a real holiday?
Yeah, it's not going to be a holiday though, is it? She's just going to be the side piece. Yeah. I do not think this is a good idea.
That's right. Need more hours in the day. Focusing on your ways. I got better energy for you. Going straight for my dessert. You're such a masterpiece.
Okay, that is really nice. Doing the montage. Exactly. Show different shows doing the same thing. That is very cute.
Oh my god, what are you doing?
He came into the gallery and he liked the stuff, so now we're traveling around. Anyway, tell me about the musical.
Yeah, you're really going to have to tell her at some point, aren't you? But it is interesting that this song Masterpiece, which I think did exist before Solange was involved, it is sort of so appropriate. My girlfriend is in the art world; she is a masterpiece. I mean, it's a little convenient, but also that guitar line is so Niles Rodgers from Chic.
You having a good time?
And there it is. Who is the mystery woman on Hayes Campbell's arm? And why is she so old and decrepit? Because yes, Anne Hathaway is embarrassingly old and unattractive.
Le type, j'aurais pu te l'écraser, j'aurais pu faire beaucoup mieux. Le déphraser avec mes
Not
yeux dans
confident
ses
enough
yeux.
in the beginning.
Arrière,
I mean, for
arrière,
fuck's sake, I mean,
mais rien, j'ai pas bougé, il a eu ce qu'il voulait. Voilà.
I mean, Anne Hathaway is, she is, slightly older, and she's had at least one child, and she still looks fucking amazing. They're just going to
Family
be
history of
bitches, aren't they?
skin cancer.
We pretend to change the set list at the last minute. It's a bit.
It's a bit. Right.
Oh my god, wait. Do you guys remember when he did it for that Swedish actress who was like in love with him?
Hayes told you that, didn't he?
Hannah. Wasn't it Hannah?
Oh my
Hayes?
God.
Poor Hannah, she was obsessed.
I mean, can you imagine if he didn't? That would be so fucked up.
She just kept showing up. We couldn't ditch her because she was like famous in Sweden or something. She was like 33 and clueless.
Oh, so Hayes has got a type. He does like older women. Now, was that deliberate or were they just oblivious? I could go either way.
Okay, so can we just take a beat?
It's me. You are
You never want to hear that.
very, very beautiful, and I fell for your fuckboy move. 40 and clueless, I guess.
Can I explain myself?
I got swept up in the idea of you, and it's been fun. It really has.
There's
but
the title
we
of
both
the
knew it
movie.
had to end.
Does it?
Does it? What?
Or does it have to end? We have a few more
Yeah,
weeks
but now the
before,
photos
then
from
I'm gonna
that
be in LA.
Paris
It would
restaurant
just be you and me, and we could
are going to be out
hang
there
like
soon.
normal people. I know what it is that you're doing. You're bailing. You're running away.
No, I'm not running away.
Oh, you're not running away.
Well, yeah, she kind of is, and,
Hayes,
but at the
this
same
doesn't have to
time,
be
you
dramatic.
completely
Okay, we both know
understand
this
it.
was-
Completely
it's
accept.
What if I want more? And I'm writing music. God, the music I'm writing now, I actually feel like I care about
She
it.
is
So
his
why on
muse.
earth would I want this to end?
And inspiring to maybe go solo.
Oh, of course.
I think that seems to be where we're going, because that's where Harry Styles went solo and then met.
I can't say that.
You're ashamed of me. Is that it?
I am ashamed.
Yeah, but is that a specific thing with Hayes, or is that like a generalized worldwide misogyny thing? That somebody, a woman who is a little older than her partner, automatically needs to feel shame or is assumed to feel shame. I mean, I don't know if I'm alone in this. I don't know how universal it is, but I don't find this age gap so surprising or so shocking. But I mean, the same with Olivia Wilde and Harry Styles. I mean, apart from the fact that it messed up Olivia Wilde's relation with Jason Sudeikis, and he did some really shitty things back at her. I mean, that whole drama there. But the actual age gap between Olivia Wilde and Harry Styles, I have no issue with at all. And I don't have an issue with Solange and Hayes. It doesn't matter to me. It doesn't bother me. Oh, he bought the painting. He bought the painting that she was so impressed with. I wonder how much he actually paid for it.
He said that he could have sworn that he saw you there in a cafe with the kid from August Moon. Were you in Italy?
Yes, I was. I was in Venice for the Biennale.
Oh, right on. Well, you're stepping up to the plate. Nice. Thing is, he said that you guys were kissing and holding hands.
And what business is it of yours, you fuckwit? Is it so ridiculous that your very hot ex-wife is appealing to somebody else?
That any relationship with a 24-year-old world-famous pop star would be crazy on, like, so many levels.
Well, I'm not really
Fuck
interested
you!
in relationship advice from you, Daniel.
I'm leaving him. He obviously has no idea yet, but, yeah, it's over between us.
Why are you telling me this?
Because I wanted you to know the truth.
Yeah, she's realised he's a
Would you mind
douchebag
to
as well.
with me sometime?
No.
Okay.
I suppose that was worth the attempt, but, almost certainly not, Oh no. Yeah, when you get a desperate text saying stay off the internet. But of course, once you say that, you have to actually do it. He's Campbell called to cougar. Okay. That's an interesting headline. Yep. Daniel. Not believe this, you lied to me. Fuck you, Daniel.
I kept thinking, I'm just gonna have this experience. And no one will ever know.
Mom, it's Hayes Campbell.
You're right. You're right.
Does this count as stupid?
We're not dating anymore. Maybe it doesn't have to end.
I'm sorry, Celine. I wasn't expecting this.
Of course.
I'm just feeling a little overwhelmed right now with everything that's going on, you know.
I totally understand.
Need a moment. All right, I've had a moment.
Such a romantic comedy moment, but cute. It worked.
No, I know what to do to keep it. We're gonna dance before.
What's he thinking? That Anne Hathaway is incredibly hot.
We're gonna dance before we walk.
Oh, this whole cougar thing, the double standards. I mean, look, Mick Jagger, Al Pacino, Nicolas Cage, all these men with significantly younger women, and nobody gives a shit. But a slightly older woman, and everything's fucked. Yeah, stick that in your pipe and smoke it, Daniel.
What's your end game here, bro?
Bro? Fuck off.
Bro times, Daniel.
I don't know what you want me to say to you, man. I mean, how long are you gonna keep up this insanity with my wife?
Daniel, what are you doing here?
I'm gonna go get Izzy.
Thanks.
It was really nice to have met you. Bro.
I mean, the modern culture of celebrity where you can't even pick up your daughter from school without getting noticed.
Who are those? Drive, please.
Hey. So, what's wrong?
I can't do this anymore. Us, our relationship.
Yeah, I mean, once they come for her daughter.
Okay, let me just
I mean, I think this makes more sense than the first time she tried to break up with him.
I mean, look, I could quit. I could quit all of it. I'm fine with doing that. I could do that.
It would just get worse.
Yeah, but the genie is out of the bottle. You cannot quit being Hayes Campbell.
I love you, sir.
Yeah, but is that enough? But I don't think it is. It is just so much other stuff. I mean, they're going to keep coming for Izzy. They're going to keep coming for him. The beast of fame must be fed. It must be sated. Lives and sanity must be sacrificed for the sake of celebrity. Weird choices with the lights.
Just promise me you'll revisit this in 5 years. Izzy will be out of school. living her best life. And I'll be some D-list celebrity that
Yeah,
nobody
it
gives a
still
shit about.
won't make much of a difference. You'll still be, the girl whose mother
If you get a shot at
screwed
happiness,
everything.
you take it. And I will do okay.
Still leaving the.
Almost gave it away, but you hear me out. If I told you I was terrified for days,
Okay, we are doing 5 years later. Okay.
with everyone around me saying,
And will you follow when I go rogue? And let me lead you home.
I wonder if any of these songs are going to be submitted to the original song Oscar. I mean, that's pretty good, but I think the one that sounded like The Police. But yeah, it was good, but The Police did it first. I wonder who wrote the song. Oh, look, it is actually Graham Norton.
You sit there. Okay. And I think after that, I've scheduled myself a little break, maybe a little holiday to LA.
LA? Any particular reason why LA?
There's someone I would like to see there.
Okay, that's interesting. On a very public, very popular TV show. Okay, so 5 years later. Okay, so yeah, the implication is that I guess once the publicity, once the celebrities died down. But if you're still famous enough to be appearing on the Graham Norton show, I think you're still too famous to be completely under the radar.
So I'll wait a lifetime or two with the idea of you to get me.
Okay, this is the song that's going to be submitted to the Oscars since it's the title song, and it often is the song over the end credits that gets submitted to the Oscars. Probably won't get anywhere, and I do prefer the bio one that sounds like Lee. Right, so that was The Idea of You, and I did want to check a couple of things. Anne Hathaway is only 12 years older than Nicholas Galitzine, so there's no way there's any issue there. Although she is 19 years older than Ella Rubin, who played her daughter, so that kind of fits. But yeah, I mean, we'll get on to that in a minute. The other thing I wanted to check is that the songs were written by a couple of Swedish songwriters, Carl Falk and Albin Nedler, and also Savan Katecha, who has a huge list of songwriting credits in modern pop world, and he also has an Oscar nomination to his name because he wrote the song that got nominated for Eurovision. So who knows, maybe they will sneak into the Best Original Song category, but yeah, probably for that song The Idea of You over the end credits, which Nicholas Galitzine did sing, but I prefer the one earlier which is called Guard Down, but even though it did sound like Message in a Bottle by the Police. But yes, we'll have to see how that goes in the song Best Original Song category. But yeah. So in a lot of ways, that was a pretty standard rom-com. It was getting together, instant attraction, meet somebody coming out of the toilet and it's like, oh my god, you are so beautiful. And on both sides of that discussion, yes. So why not, get it on with each other, even though she's 40 and he's 24. Yeah, then something gets in the way, which is the age gap and the way that the media and everybody was treating the daughter. Yeah, and then eventually you end up together, even though it is 5 years on into the future, which, bit of a bittersweet ending maybe. But I think surrounding that very, very standard, very, very rigid rom-com skeleton, there were some interesting discussions being had. I mean, the way that, for some reason, it's not socially acceptable for a slightly older woman to be with a slightly younger man. Whereas if the opposite is true, I mean, everybody expects it. Everybody accepts it. And like I said, I mean, the amount of really, really old, famous people who've had children, Mick Jagger, Al Pacino, Robert De Niro, they've all had, much, much younger partners, and nobody really bats an eyelid. Jokes are made, but it's like, nudge, nudge, wink, wink. Whereas if a woman does it, they are absolutely destroyed by society, by media, by social media. You're just not allowed to do that. And I mean, like I said in the reaction, I think the beast of celebrity, the beast of fame, must be fed, it must be satiated. And there's no way you can escape. We have created a world, we have manufactured a world for ourselves where absolutely everything is up for public debate. When things like social media, things like Twitter and Facebook and whatever else happened, and MySpace even, when those things started, I mean, it was a great way of getting a personal, or what feels like a personal connection with a celebrity, with somebody well known. I mean, I personally have done, I've tweeted out things and about films when I was doing my film audio podcast. I tweeted out reviews of films, and occasionally the directors would get in touch with me and say, thanks for that. I mean, there was one director who said that is the best review of my film I've ever seen. I mean, it was, definitely one of my proudest moments. So you get that. I mean, that's the good side of social media, the way you can have what feels like a close personal interaction, a close personal relationship even, with people who are famous. But there's a dark side to that. I mean, the idiots, the douchebags, the trolls, they can also do that. And they will. And the way that we have manufactured that, and in many cases encouraged this kind of interaction. I mean, only recently I saw Back to Black, the biopic of Amy Winehouse. Now, the film itself, I think, was a little, they polished her off a little bit too much because the family were involved. So I don't think they fully dug into the train wreck that Amy Winehouse turned herself into. But a large part of the downfall of Amy Winehouse, apart from her totally inappropriate husband, but a large part of what happened to Amy Winehouse was the media, was the constant press attention. And, the 27 Club, I mean, Kurt Cobain, similar story. Wanting to get his art, his music out. But once he did that and became famous, everything was crushing down on him. And that is such a repeated story. I mean, look at One Direction, look at Harry Styles. Those guys can't move an inch without hordes, without thousands of teenage girls. And now, getting on to women into their 20s and 30s even. They've been around long enough. That you can't do anything, and any minute thing that these people do is instantly poured over, is instantly fodder for entertainment websites and even news websites who are just desperate for clicks. Oh, what's they doing? What's they doing? What's they doing? And the royal family, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. I mean, it's pretty much the same thing. And yes, you can argue that they brought that kind of thing upon themselves. But still, I mean, there's the smallest indiscretion, the smallest transgression, and everybody piles on. But monarchy's got such a different context, particularly here in the UK. But yeah, I mean, this is ultimately, I think, what the idea review is about. It's about the crushing weight of celebrity and trying to have a normal life and a normal relationship when you are a celebrity. And also the utter hypocrisy of the double standard of an older woman being with a younger man. I mean, as I said, I have no issue with it whatsoever. I mean, it's, I think, still unusual enough that, that's odd. But it shouldn't be the source of such vitriol. But unfortunately it is, because, as I said, this is the world we have manufactured for ourselves, is this beast which cannot be stopped. It's kind of depressing, really. I mean, as I said a bit earlier in the beginning, I don't follow gossip. This is it. I mean, because it's just kind of heartbreaking, really. I mean, the pressures of celebrity. I mean, wanting that acclaim, wanting that money, but there is such a high cost, particularly in the modern day, with clickbaity websites and social media, all those things. It creates utter chaos. And there are people trapped in it, and how do you get out? And I think that Solange could have dealt with it, except they went after her daughter. As soon as her daughter started really suffering, she was having none of it. And even though they do love each other, I mean, even 5 years later, it's all like instant connection. So, yeah, I guess rom-com, standard trope. But yeah, I mean, interesting stuff about the state of celebrity, about the double standard of older men, cougars. But yeah, other than that, I think it's a reasonably standard romantic comedy. Didn't really have a great deal of the Michael Showalter flair, even though a lot of split screens in there, which was unusual and interesting. But yeah, a pretty standard film. I liked it. I think Nicholas Galitzine continues to be a really interesting actor, and Anne Hathaway has always been a really strong favourite of mine. So yeah. So in my trifold rating system of yay, nay, or meh, yay being this might be one of the best films of the year, nay being I don't recommend this, avoid at all costs, and meh being everything in between, I think the idea review ends up being a meh. It does have great performances. I do believe the chemistry between Anne Hathaway and Nicholas Galitzine. It does have interesting things to say about modern society and modern fame, but ultimately there's nothing that elevates it above its pretty basic rom-com level. So I enjoyed it, but it's not a masterpiece, and for me, I think that ends up being a meh. So, this brings me to the end of this particular film review. I've got several others planned. I still haven't done The Iron Claw, which I intend to do a reaction to. I'm going to do a reaction to the horror movie Abigail when it comes out on home media. And also another priority is I always intended to do a reaction video to the classic Japanese animation Grave of the Fireflies, because one of the videos that consistently gets a lot of views is the My Neighbor Totoro reaction I did. So let's try and get back into that market. So lots of things planned, and of course I've still got my Charmed TV reactions as well going on. So plenty of things to the channel. So like, comment, subscribe, do all those things if anything appeals to you. But for right now, I think that is all I have for this video. And all that remains for me to say is this has been a presentation of the Yay, Nay or Meh channel. And I will see you next time where I shine a light on TV and cinema, both obvious and obscure.